Because basically, the reason you have that is because in the long-sexed animals, like the badger or the pig, it means that you don't have to worry about flaccidity as much. Like, once you get hard, you can sort of, like, bank that, like the weakest link, and just kind of go forever. So I think badger sex, on average, lasts, like, 90 to 120 minutes. It's like a feature-length film watching badgers have sex. And it's why pigs can ejaculate for 30 minutes solid, that kind of thing. It's like a fire hose. Because they don't have to worry about that sort of thing. I didn't even know the clitoris had it. This is, again, lack of readily available information about the clitoris. It's like how they only discovered that snakes had 2 clits fairly recently, when we've known about the hemi-penises forever. Sad face. This is important information. Whatever we gained during evolution to lose that, it wasn't worth it. I think the 2 things that we have lost that I wish we hadn't are the penis bone and the tail. Because we have a little knob tailbone. I hurt mine recently by sitting wrong, but we don't have like a proper tail. And even humans that do through some sort of mutation, it sucks. It's like a weird little hamster nub. It's not a great tail. I want like a, like a wolf tail or something. Or even a monkey tail, I'd take that. If the prehensile nature of it would be cool. Having a tail would fix me. I think it would actually genuinely be fun. Why is this so quiet? Oh, maybe it's just my own volume. Did I turn it down too low? No! Let me see if I can turn this up. Audio. No, it's already kinda high. Alright, whatever. Give me Bowser's tail with retractable spikes. I didn't quite realize until fairly recently that Bowser was such a sex symbol to people. I just kind of assumed that everybody was, like, neutral on Bowser's sex appeal. How wrong I was. Right, I guess... what do I need? I'm full on food. I'm full on electrics. The house is looking okay. It doesn't appear to be bombed out. It has a little bit of stone in here for upkeep time. I guess we should go find some stone. And then, really, my mission is to go find people to kill, I guess? Or maybe raid? That would be kind of fun. And if not, just gather materials and get some more guns and stuff. That would be a good idea, I think. Where did I put everything in these chests? I can't really remember how I've organized my own stuff. I think that's probably enough of that. We don't need that much charcoal. We don't have much gunpowder, but we're probably fine. I've got a shotgun. And I've got some clothes on. This is good. I still don't have shoes. How do I make a nice pair of shoes? Because I don't want to just throw on, like, some shit plastic bags around my feet stuffed with cotton wool. That kind of thing. I want some nice boots. How do I make some nice boots? Boots. It's workbench level 2, and it's leather, metal, and a sewing kit. I have all of those things, but I don't know if I have that researched. Let's see if I get my scraps. I want some decent boots, like I'm wearing right now. Emma's gonna be mad at me because I'm still wearing boots in the house. I forgot to take them off when I came in. Really, I'm all or nothing when it comes to boots. And this really irritates Emma, my partner and wife. Because I don't take my things off as soon as I come through the door. I will either not wear shoes the entire day, or socks. I like being barefoot most. Or I will put boots on in the morning and just wear them all day. Because I'm very lazy, and even just having to take off the boots annoys me. I can also now make medical syringes, by the way, which are pretty good. And some little bootos. Okay, let's make some little bootos. So what is it again? Leather, metal, sewing kit. Leather, metal, sewing kit. We'll also make some syringes. Just because I want to be safe. Sewing kit. Leather. And metal. That was the other thing. Which is stored in here. You just reminded me to glue my very old IRL boots. I'm very bad at boot maintenance. I bought some very expensive boots recently, which I love. I'm so happy with them. For once, I bought some genuinely expensive boots instead of like my version of expensive, which is like €40. Because I was raised to buy the cheapest possible clothing, which is a little annoying, but I'm sort of snapping my way out of it. Like, I was always raised to, oh my god, I made 3 boots by accident, I only meant to make 1 or 2. Well, I'm never going to run out of boots. Unless I die 2 times, which is almost inevitable. How do I make the medical syringes again? Cloth, fuel, metal. 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 That. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my mum always drilled it into me that you should buy the cheapest clothes and the cheapest shoes. And the problem with that is that they dissolve. Like, when I first moved out and was first buying some shoes for myself, because disgustingly, I don't think I'd ever actually bought my own shoes until I moved out. But when I was buying some shoes, I was like, I don't know, how much should shoes be? A tenner, and I bought €10 shoes, and they dissolved on my feet in, I'm gonna say, a week and a half, and I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. I'm never doing this again. So instead, I'm buying some actual nice clothes and boots, and it turns out when you do that, they last forever. So you don't need to buy them as much, which is perfect because I hate shopping. I need new clothes right now because a lot of my cheaper shit is falling apart. And I don't want to because I genuinely hate it. I really despise shopping. Right, I think we only need 2 medical syringes, by the way. Let me put this in here. I hear some boys out there. Oh, and I forgot I have a bicycle! Okay, somebody's fighting a helicopter. I will take a little sip of water, and then we'll head off in this vague direction. Do you still have the fashion JPEG I sent to you, catered to your style? Somewhere? You were like, I'd wear 90% of this. I should buy some new clothes. I mean, like this top. I have had this same top for, oh god, 7, 8, 9 years? Something like that. To the point where there was a logo on it that is partially dissolved away. And it's quite a little bit threadbare now, but I've been wearing the same top for about, I'm going to say 8 years. Go in the middle. Same with about half my clothes, maybe more. I've been wearing them all for a while. I tend to just buy fairly plain black clothing and just wear it until it falls apart. But I should probably do better, to be honest. These are ethically produced vegan boots made in Portugal. They're almost 8 years old and fucked, but I'm extending them with patented shoe goo. They cost about 300 Australian dollars. My boots that I bought right now are the most expensive boots I've ever owned. And I bought them on sale. I bought them for like 60% off or something. They're normally like 180? Something like that, euro, which is probably around that 300 Australian dollar dues, and they're really comfortable and good. I don't know how hard wearing they're gonna be. I mean, I've been wearing them for like a year and a bit now, probably, and they're solid, but they're unbelievably comfortable. What brand? It's, some people I think have a negative association with this brand, but it's Under Armour, which I'm okay with, actually. One of the very few kind of sporty brands that I actually like their stuff. My very late birthday gift is a pair of good sandals. Got them on massive discount for 140 Australian dollars. Oof. But yeah, I got them for like, I got mine for like 70 or 80. But they were on massive sale, so I was happy. I just like boots. I like wearing, like, not high boots, although I think I'd be fine with that. But like, actually, last time I was, sorry, I just got very animated. Last time I was shoe shopping, I was searching for quite high boots, like maybe up to my calf. Because these are I would say they go up a little bit onto my shin. They're like not particularly high boots, but they're like kind of hiking boots kind of style, I guess. I was looking for like high, basically some like gothy, slutty boots, and I couldn't find any of them because my feet are apparently too massive to find, because most of the boots I was looking at were only in women's sizes, and apparently no woman alive has my foot size. So it's just a non-starter. If you don't know, I'm sure I've mentioned it before, I have size 12 feet, which I feel like is not particularly big. That's not like 13. You start to get into like, okay, I'm gonna have to get like custom made clompers, but 12? That's like, I can sometimes fit into an 11 and a half, but mostly a 12. But that's within the realms of normalcy. I'm looking for comfortable booties now. I like sort of rigid boots. This is quite a powerful shotgun, apparently. I like quite rigid, kind of higher boots. I like to feel held by my clothes. I don't like loose-fitting clothes. All of my clothes are, you know, kind of slim fit or at least, you know, well-fitted. Because I don't like bagginess or anything like that. I like quite tight trousers for that reason. It's just, I don't like to feel like I'm spilling out of myself, I guess. I'm gonna shoot this NPC. Oh my god, what is the fucking range on this thing? It's nothing. I enjoy the support of reefs. I don't know. Not to reveal too much, but I feel like I would never go back to briefs. Although, I would choose briefs over boxers any day, because I think boxers are the spawn of Satan. I hate them. I think they are way too loose. It's like a flowy robe for your genitals. Awful. I am well in on the trunk train, or I think some Americans might call them boxer briefs. You know, you get the form of the boxer, but tight fitting and with support. It's in my opinion, it's like a solved issue. Maybe if you were wearing a robe, you're talking 80s American movie boxers. I have a baggy pair of boxers that have a back pocket that I wear on hot days with no trousers. Underwear that has a pocket seems sinister to me. I don't know. That implies you're meant to wear it out, because why would you ever need a pocket? It's like when pajamas have pockets. I've seen pajamas that has like... It's weirdly common that pajamas will have like a little breast pocket, as if you're a little gentleman who needs like a little handkerchief or something. Or, I don't know, maybe it's for like carrying like budgies in it or something. But underwear seems even worse. Are you sure you're not wearing them backwards? A lot of, this is very much TMI, a lot of trunks or boxer briefs or whatever I've noticed have stopped doing the little genital slit. You know, like a lizard might have. They've stopped doing the little, you know, fold them out section. And I only noticed recently because I'm not really a big slit guy. That is such a fucking horrible sentence. But I noticed it recently, that the most recent ones I bought, none of them have little slits. And so I guess they're just encouraging the pull-down method. That's where the piss gets caught, pinches your tubes too. Yes, I feel like the slit users are probably like 2% less efficient at pissing. Like they're some droplets are getting retrieved by that slit. The slit users sounds derogatory. I don't think I ever piss without undoing the top. It depends. If I'm unlucky enough to be wearing a button-up fly jeans, then you have to. Definitely worse than that. I reckon there's a good amount of piss on those. Oh. I don't want to even think about it, but you're probably right. It just seems like... And this is stereotypical, what I'm about to say. Some people might get annoyed at this. I feel like a lot of the time, stereotypically, men don't give a fuck if they're covered in piss, or they have piss on their hands, or it's just like, cost you doing business, innit? That's kind of the attitude. This is reinforced by the amount of times I have seen men not wash their hands after pissing. And I'm sure other stuff too. Like, I don't like using public bathrooms because nobody does, obviously, but I don't like using them partially because it's unpleasant to use them and they're always a bit grim. But partially it's because every time I use a public bathroom, I lose like 0.5% faith in humanity. Because nobody washes their fucking hands. And it's so awful. It's a spectrum of piss acceptance. It's fucked. I yell at friends for it. Good. One friend's argument was my dick is clean. I've heard that one. It's like, I shower in the morning. Why should I have to? The people who don't wash their hands, I'm going to say, are the ones who probably need to wash their hands most. Like, I am... by and large, a careful pisser. I think if I didn't, I always wash my hands 100% of the time, and I judge people who don't. But I feel like if I didn't, then it might even be alright for one time if I was in a rush. But I feel like the people who say things like that, and they're like, my penis is probably clean, innit? They are the ones who most need to wash their hands, because I guarantee they're not careful pissers. They've got piss hands. Considerate pisser, Ark. I know most penis owners don't wash their hands after they piss. I hope they all die. I think it's just because there's a built-in convenience. It's like, if you're a vagina haver, if you are bevaginaed, the vaginally inclined, then there's already a little bit of inconvenience built in to pissing. You know, because you have to sit down, you probably have to, take stuff off a bit, you have to, it's a little bit more of a faff to piss. But I think that means that you're more likely to wash your hands because you're like already all in. It's like, okay, I'm already having to sit down, I'm already having to take off stuff or pull down stuff to the floor or whatever. I'll may as well wash my hands. The time sink is there. Whereas if you're bepenist, you can just spray and pray like a fucking machine gun and then just leave. Let God sort it out. So I think you're less likely to do it because it's so convenient. I wiped down the fucking toilet seat and the gender neutrals sort it out. Oh, that's the reason why I don't like... I have, in the past, and this has not been done often, but in the past, I have walked into public toilets and then left without pissing. Because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. I'll just hold it for an hour. I've gone, okay, I need to piss a bit. Not like desperately, but I should go. And then I walk into the public bathrooms and it's in such a state that I go, nah, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to have to do some maintenance in here in order to make it usable. I'm not willing to. Goodbye. I will just deal with it for a while. So, we need to do better as a society is what I'm saying, because that should never happen. Just hot bag it. Bag on your hand like you're walking your dog straight in there, throw it nearest bully. That is a horrible sentence. Mingin. I mean, I just don't like you. I mean, I'm particular about this anyway. Like, I don't even like using the office toilets, for instance, where I work. I don't know. I don't think I have a shy bladder, but why risk it if you don't need to? I pee before I leave the house. It's what we were told to do on a 24-hour plus coach ride. I only discovered this recently. Not all countries have Bathrooms on buses? Like, I thought that our buses were possibly the worst in the world. Apparently, some countries don't have buses with, like, you know, toilets and sinks and stuff like that. Like, you know, a little mirror and a shelf and stuff like that. We don't have bathrooms on regular buses. I guess it depends. Like, an intercity buses, you know, like, just taking, like, a 5-minute bus ride in the city, you don't. But, like, anything longer, you will have a proper one, right? Coaches are different. We're often not allowed to use them for shitting. Oh, decadence. I was complaining about buses recently because the Irish bus service is infamously shit. And it's not because of the buses themselves necessarily, but it's because of the organisation and the fact that they keep cutting shit, and it's an awful service to use while rising prices. But I shared, like, a picture of a bus at one point on social media, and it was like, I hate it here. And people were saying, I got a couple of replies saying things like, there's a bathroom sign there, and you have, like, glowing USB ports and plug sockets and stuff on your buses. And there's free Wi-Fi. And I was like, fuck me, maybe the rest of the world has it worse. Those are, like, basic fucking things. That's tragic to read. Length of bus to inclusion of toilets diagram. No pooping on coaches. Ugh. I mean, I would be... That's the nightmare scenario. Having to use a bus toilet. Because it's probably not going to be great. It's like an emergency option when all other options have failed. It's like, if I don't go to the bathroom, I will rupture something and die. That's when you use a bus bathroom, right? Only tend to have bathrooms on coaches where the journey is like a couple of hours or more. Ah! See, I would say anything over 30 minutes tends to get a bus with a bathroom here, at least where I am. It used to be that I couldn't shit on, like, school trips and stuff. I'd just be like, well, this skiing trip is gonna suck. See you in 7 days, toilet. I empathize with that. I'm pretty sure I was like that as a child. I believe Freud coined a term for that. The only form of transport we had in my town was the local freak giving kids a piggyback to and from the water well. I mean, I know that's a joke. That kind of sounds like stories that my nana and granddad will tell me when I go over to their house. Did you know my great-grandmother, who I knew, she died in like 2008, right? Didn't have running water in her house up until the 90s. And used to have to go into the woods to a well. So it's not that out of pocket, I guess, for here. Jesus. My mum remembers going to visit her nana, my great-grandmother, my granddad's mum, and having to go fetch water from the well to have some tea. That was... just a thing she was like, and she was like, yeah, looking back, it was weird and annoying and inconvenient, but it was really nice. It was like really crisp and fresh water. I was like, I guess that's nice. Seems real fucking annoying. I was like, how long was the walk? And she was like, oh, only like 25 minutes into the woods. You know, it was a rural village that she lived in, so it was like woodland and farms. So you just like, everybody would go to the well. What am I even doing? I guess we should go mulch stuff. So let's go to the abandoned supermarket, maybe. Maybe somebody will be there. Just kind of wandering right now, which is fine. This way. I mean, hearing stories of rural Ireland from my grandparents has been very funny. Because, I mean, this is like... You know, they'll generally be telling me stuff about, like, when they were in their 20s. So that's what? 1968 or later, like 1970s. And it was like, oh yeah, nobody had driving licenses, but we had a motorbike and we would drive home along unlit country roads pissed with like 4 people on the motorbike. And I was like, how didn't you die? And they were like, some people did. It's always a fun time. Is Emma from the country or city? I think she's more city. She has lived in the countryside, though. She's lived quite rurally. Like, Emma has moved house, something ridiculous, 11 times in her life. Most of that would have been in the city, but sometimes she was quite rural. Whereas I've always lived in small town, which is, I think, the worst of both. And Emma agrees. But I think she would consider herself city more. In fact, I mentioned this before, but when I first started dating Emma, I had an elderly relative who lived in this town. And about 6 months in, he asked me how things were going with that city girl, referring to Emma. So occasionally, to annoy her, I will still call her that city girl. It reflects more on where I'm from, I guess, that was something that happened. How's that? And he meant it nicely. I mean, he didn't mean it in a mean way, at least. How's that city girl? Did I hear footsteps? Did I hear little steppers in there? Steppers? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think I've been here yet. Don't hear steppers now. Extremely endearing. How's that city girl? I might stick with this targeting computer, because at one point, or at some point I should say, I do want to make turrets. That might be what we work towards here. Like on this trip even. Just get some turrets built. Could be fun. Right now I'll start with like shotgun turrets and landmines, but I want to like basically make my house like a little death machine. I think that would be fun. I don't think we actually have that much to mulch then. We don't need incendiary pistol bullets. That kind of suck, right? I do need the blades. I think I've been mulching blades when I shouldn't have been. Because you need them for, like, the better tools. But yeah, I mean, even then, the city that he was referring to was Cork City, which, if you've heard me talk about Cork City at all, you will know is a fucking semi-town shithole. Like, it's not big, and it's shit. Don't go to Cork City, it's awful. But even that's impressive to some of the people that live here. A lot of the people that live here, like my nana and my granddad actually would probably consider Cork City impressively big, because he's the one who grew up with no running water and living in the woods, basically. He was very rural. So I guess it's all relative. I guess we'll head up to the junkyard next and see what we can do there. I've got a lot of stuff on me. I don't think I would mind living in the countryside. It depends, I suppose, where in the countryside. But in general, I think I'd be alright with it. I don't like living in a small town. It really is the worst of both. It sucks so badly. Like, you don't get any sort of nice hustle and bustle and busyness and things being open and a variety of shops and restaurants to choose from or anything like that. And you don't get the quiet serenity and peaceful nature of the countryside. It's just this horrible mini ground that nobody could enjoy. Ooh, I'll take that. Don't know why that's there, to be honest. Is this something that decayed? I don't know. Right, there's the junkyard. Is anybody there? I mean, it's not like I can snipe people. I'm using a shotgun. But just to warn me. I don't see anybody. I mean, I probably stick out very badly on this snowy mountaintop. Exclamation mark quote, Bavarian creme. I don't know what I was referring to there. I can only assume the semen of a German man. Not even a German, a Bavarian. Be full of chunks of sausage. You sound like a tuba upon ejaculation. Say you hate the Spaniards, you're giving us a lot of rolling oars today. I don't think I can roll my oars. I'm doing an approximation of it, I think, but I can't actually do the thing where you properly roll your oars, People have tried to teach me, but it ends up sounding like a cat that needs to be put down. I can't do it. It annoys me to try, to be honest. Okay, let's mulch some stuff here. I should probably get rid of some of this wood so I can carry more. And maybe some of these mushrooms as well, because I have healing. There we go. Oh, it's very framey now! It's like chopsticks, it's easier if you can grow up doing it. I can use chopsticks at the level of like an idiot toddler. I'm not great at using chopsticks, but I can use them. I struggle with rolling R's, which is very inefficient speaking Welsh. Yeah, it's like if you learned to speak Irish, but you couldn't make the horrible strangled noise in the back of your throat that is required. Or Dutch, I guess, is the same kind of thing. Let's mulch all this down, please. Oh good, a kazoo has been redeemed. Oh, I'll do that in a second, once I get back to safety. Fuck, it's framey here. This game is bizarre, like it goes from 80, 90 frames a second in random areas to this 25 frames a second, fucking hell. Saying something we choose and it shows an accent, like, give me that Bavarian cream, in the style of Phil Mitchell. See, the thing is that I barely know who Phil Mitchell is. I do know who Phil Mitchell is because I am in love with Emma, who watches EastEnders, so I'm subjected to it occasionally. Like, I've seen clips, I think, but only very few, and I try to block them out as quickly as possible so that it doesn't take up valuable hard drive space in my brain. I think he has a brother that's lingering around in there somewhere. Oh. And I was in love with Phil Mitchell. Actually, shockingly, this did come up because, again, I love Emma. She's here sometimes, and she mentioned EastEnders and Phil Mitchell like a day ago. So it's fresh in my brain. She said that she doesn't actually like Phil Mitchell that much. She finds him a bit silly. And I went, isn't that all of EastEnders? And she went, yeah, but a different kind of silly. Whatever that means. Apparently Phil Mitchell is a bit, like, kind of a joke character. Because all he does is kind of go, well, I'm a right proper geezer and a thug, innit? And, like, beats people up with pint bottles or something. I don't know, I don't watch this thing. I'm aware of, like, 4 of the characters. Will this hurt me? No. It's the arc of the soap career. I guess so. Like, there's, she will occasionally talk to me about people who have been in the soaps for, like, 60 years. And it's like, at some point, you're gonna run out of shit to do with them, right? Like, somebody just died recently, she was talking to me about it. Like, somebody who was in EastEnders or Coronation Street, or one of those people, who had died aged, like, 105, and had been in it, in Coronation Street up until, like, a couple of years ago. And she's been in it since the 60s. And it was like, at some point, you're just gonna run out of shit to write for them to do that makes sense. So either they just stop appearing as much, or they just kind of settle into a trope. Yeah, once you've been in one for 30 years straight, you become more of a novelty. It's like, fuck me, I need to get out of this area. The frame rate's driving me insane. It's hard to look at. Making me dizzy. Fuck me. Jesus. Is it because... Hang on, what do I have open in the background? Okay, I do have Adobe Audition open in the background. It's probably not a great idea. Hang on, let's close that. I was working on a video for YouTube. This is what goes into a video sometimes. Not usually, to be honest. I haven't actually loaded up Adobe Audition in a while. But I am playing, in this video, a text-based adventure game. So I decided, in order to make it even a little bit watchable, I need to soundtrack the fucker. So I'm adding in music and sound effects and stuff like that. Choose a random clip. Okay, never mind. Oh, if we turn... Dogs are terrified of vacuum cleaners, right? Vacuum. Use vacuum? Like, construct vacuum? I don't know what you want from me. Throw vacuum at dog. Okay, that happened. It didn't really seem to do anything. There we go. That's what the video will be like, because it's just fucking dead silence, and I wouldn't inflict that on my audience. Let's close that and see if that speeds up the processing power a bit. I'm getting a few extra frames. Christ. Not really, to be honest. Let's mulch this and then leave. Get back to less framey nightmare territory. Hello, Peanut. Welcome. Who was the one that she was talking to me about? I can't remember which soap it was, but there's somebody called Kenny Barlow or some shit like that who's been in one of them for like 80 years. And she was like, annoyingly, I hate him. So I don't want him to be in it forever. That's another thing. If you hate the character or if they're shit, then that's just like a life sentence for the viewer. Ken Barlow, Corey, he's from the same town as me. Top shagger, proper nice guy. She didn't say anything bad about the actor, by the way, just the character. I mean, Emma really does love Coronation Street. Less now. She says, according to Emma, Coronation Street's gotten a bit silly in recent years. But, again, how could you tell? But she has expressed a desire, a genuine, unironic desire. Oh, the frames are back, thank you. To go on a Coronation Street tour of some way, of some sort, and, you know, visit the set and stuff like that. So at some point we'll go to that. For like a birthday or a Christmas or something. I imagine I'll wish I was dead. Walking around the fucking street of Coronation Street. I imagine that about halfway through I will disassociate and my consciousness will submerge into a deep lake and just sort of hibernate. I heard from my cousin it's very fun. I just don't understand what you'd get from it. I guess if you're a fan of Coronation Street, you'd enjoy it. But me, I mean, I barely know what the show is. Entering a fugue state, exactly. Like, I'd come to a couple of hours later after being slapped across the face. Like, are you with us still? Yep. Okay, I think we've got a decent haul there. You can loop back around, I guess, and then we'll do another loop around by the dome mining outpost, and then maybe we'll do another one down here. You know, just explore the map a bit, because I haven't really. And it's probably a good idea to do so. Some more stone on the way back. Because stone is important. It stops my house from falling over. Although at some point I would also like to fortify my base a bit more and make it a bit more metal. At least the foundations should be metal, right? We went with school. No idea why. Was your school in any way affiliated with Coronation Street? Or were you from Salford or something? I'm shocked I remember that that's where it's from. I assumed it was Manchester. Apparently they're different places. I thought Salford was just like an area. But no. Salford. Bloody Salford. I don't know what the fuck it's pronounced as. Pronouncing it like Waterford, basically. Where am I going? This way. Across the river. Past the Pumpos. Oh my god, so Irish. Salford. I'm choosing to pronounce it like sourdough. I think it's one of those things where if you say to somebody from Salford that they're from Manchester, they get annoyed. I guess if you, I don't know, if you told, like I say I'm from Cork, even though I'm not from Cork City. So it's, I don't get it, I guess. There we go. Yes, I am from Salford. Still not sure of the educational value. I guess it's like, and this is not meant to be rude in any way, but is there another famous thing from Salford? Maybe it's like, you too could reach these lofty heights of international recognition. I can't think of one. There probably is. There probably is some famous people and famous institutions and television programs other than Coronation Street from Salford. I don't know if it's filmed there. Poor rabies-filled wolf. I mean, they've gotten so much worse. I mean, better, but worse for me. Whatever they updated them with, it worked. They're now actually spooky. Unlike most of the other animals, I guess bears are kind of spooky in this, but everything else is fine. The horses are still a bit useless. At least for me, as somebody who barely knows how to function in this game. Where's Peter Kay from? Is he from Manchester? I genuinely don't remember. It's all we have. Send the kids there. It's like, I imagine if you're from Birmingham, you probably go to the Cadbury's factory a lot. Bolton, I think. Now, I don't know where that is. Look, once you get above a certain point in England, it all just becomes, in my head, as somebody who is ignorant and does not know anything about England, the North. I mean, I went to Nottingham at some point recently. I mean, I say recently, years ago now. But I went to Nottingham and asked if that was the North. And I think people got mad. It's not Northern. So I don't really know what the North is. Really, it's like, you know, if it's not London, it's the North, right? No, there's the West Country as well. The West Country, where they all speak a bit like Sam from Lord of the Rings, Master Frodo. That's the West Country. And then those are the three areas. Birmingham, I think of as its own thing, I think. That's where people go like, it's minging. Again, I'm very ignorant. I wouldn't expect people to know anything about Ireland. I barely know anything about Ireland. There's an election coming up in like 3 weeks. I barely know anything about the parties at this point. That kid is Scouse from the Mingin video. I keep going back and forth. I can't tell. They sound quite similar to me, except... You know how I say that the New Zealand accent is like a nice, friendly, less evil version of the Australian accent? That's kind of like Scouse and Birmingham as well. Like, I can't really tell them apart sometimes, but the Birmingham one is a lot less evil sounding. Whenever I hear a Birmingham accent, I'm like, no, you sound nice. Whenever I hear a Scouse accent, I'm like, ooh. I'm gonna be knifed. Sorry, I'm so sorry to Liverpool. That's so genuinely rude. I guess it's like Limerick. Limerick has a similar vibe. Tattoos. Tattoos. I don't know if they're... One of those places is associated with tattoos, I suppose. 8 days uptime. That's fantastic. Let's put my scrap away. And a battery? I might need a battery, like a standalone battery. I should keep that on, just in case. Like, maybe we'll run a turret from that. We'll keep electrics in here. And then just sort away some of this random nonsense that I don't really want in my inventory. How exactly do I make a turret? Like one of those targeting turrets. I imagine that's a level 3, baby. I go... turret... Oh no, it's level 2! Okay. I need a CCTV camera, a targeting computer, and some high-quality metal. So I just need a CCTV camera. I believe you can only find those and not make them. So that's our goal, is to get a CCTV camera. And then we can make a horrible boy. How do I research him? I assume quite low down here. Oh, there's a lot of weapons to make. That... Auto turret, auto turret. Auto turret is here. Total required 804. Fuck me. Okay, right. That's going to take a little bit of scrap. We might need to kill someone to get that scrap, but I'll work on it. Put these in here, put these away, and we'll venture back out. The loop. I don't need these bullets. I do need some bullets, though. Where do I keep my bullets? My bullets are in here. I would like to take 12 shotgun rounds? I don't even know if I can make these, to be honest. I just found these in a bin, I'm sure. But give me 12 shotgun rounds and then put the wood away. And we'll head out. Could be cheaper to buy one and research it. Oh, that's a thing! I completely forgot about that. All right, let's take a little venture down to the outpost. And we'll just see, we'll take a look at the prices, we'll window shop. That's a thing, isn't it? I don't know if that's still a thing. I feel like the high street would have to be in a better shape for window shopping to have survived. I was in Cork City recently. It was Emma's birthday. And so we went up to Cork City because it's the nearest large-ish city. So we walked around there and saw a film and went out to dinner and went around some shops and stuff. And it was weird when I saw people standing beside a shop just looking in the windows. And I went, what are they doing? Those fools. And Emma said, oh, that's the Brown Thomas window display for Christmas. And I went, what did you say to me? And she went, every year, a fancy department shop called Brown Thomas in Cork City, which is on the high street, does a window display themed around like a Christmas poem or film, and people come and take photos of it. And I swear to God, the display was just some mannequins with fucking like tinsel and shit draped over them, and like some A4 sheets of paper with poems on them around them. I was like, this is unusually shit even for Cork. And there were people like standing around like taking photographs and going like, oh, Christmas magic. And I was like, are you people, have you all suffered head injuries recently? This is not even nice. Also, you're not even going in. It's just window displays. What the fuck is the point of this? Is it online anywhere? I mean, they've probably taken very artistic photographs. Brown Thomas Christmas display. Brown Thomas has too many names for a department store. Mayo Natives artwork features an iconic festive window display in Dublin. Fuck off. The extravagant theme of this year's Cork Brown Thomas. Thank you. We're not going to Dublin. They'll actually have stuff. This shit. How the fuck is that impressive? It's like a papier-mâché cake with some generic mannequins. And people were standing around the window going like, oh my God, this is beautiful. It's lighting up the city. And I was like, are you fucking deranged? Look how shit it is. 6 geese laying display in the Brown Thomas window. I think it's 12 Days of Christmas. That one's only slightly more impressive. Why the fuck is there a cow there? That's so shit. 12 drummers drumming and it's just some guy. Fuck me, it's grim. It's so grim. Honestly, it made me think less of Cork people again. And I didn't think that was possible. Cork City is notoriously shit. I didn't think it was possible to dislike them more. Brown Thomas. Don't fucking sing at me. I'm gonna get content ID matched. Mute. It's so bad. Right, back to the game. I wish we still had the River Torrens Christmas lights. They were always fun to go see. I don't know what that is. I mean, I'm assuming it's a big river that goes through a city. I don't know what city. River Torrens. It kind of sounds like something from The Shining, because that's his character's name. We're going in this direction. It's very dark, though. We might get shot. There's Christmas lights going on in my town on Saturday, which seems very early. All of this seems quite early. It's mid-November, but we're doing Christmas lights now, apparently. But there's like charity things going on for it. I will probably not go to see it because I don't think I've ever cared about a Christmas display or lights in my entire life. It's bizarre not seeing you get gunned down randomly from across the map. I'm able to walk around to this one. Here in Adelaide, there used to be a bunch of displays on one bank of the River Torrens. It would light up in the Christmas season. It was low-key delightful. And then in 2005, it was destroyed by a record storm flood. Oh, God. I think that's what would happen if they tried to do that in Cork, because the River Lee. Number one, is toxic and would probably dissolve the lights. And 2, floods constantly. So, probably wouldn't go well. I don't know, maybe something nice happens in Christmas, in Cork at Christmas. I've never seen it, though. Ooh, this is a big cliff that's going to break my knees. There's a whale in the river as part of it. That floated away, so at least that was funny. There was a whale in my hometown at one point that floated away in the river. It was a shit papier-mâché whale that was, like, laminated somehow. And then... I mean, this is so pathetically small town. It floated away. It was part of some festival. It floated away and was stolen by people from a neighboring town and graffitied and then returned into the river, like, on its side. Which is fucking stupid. Basically, in my hometown, one of its very, very, very minor and silly claims to fame, I guess you would call it, is that it was the filming location for the 1960s, I can't even remember when this movie came out. The Gregory Peck, John Huston version of Moby Dick was filmed in my hometown. And so they have, like, kitschy, tourist trappy names for some of the pubs, and it was part of this festival was that they had this, like, not impressively big, but sizable, I guess, white whale model that was floating in the river. And yeah, it got stolen and defaced. Because we're right on the border with another county. So it was like, we're gonna fuck this whale up. Which I was fine with, because it was a shit whale at a shit festival, and it should be ashamed. Get better things to do. Oh, it's so dark, and I can't bring out my light. That's really annoying. I forgot about this, that they make you put away your gun. Well, hello. Can I come in here? I don't know where the door is, and it's too dark. Fuck. God damn it. I don't know where to go. Is there a door over here? There might be. It's an auto turret. I'm going to be building one of them at some point. There's a door. This better be lit up inside. This better be lit AF. Fam. Oh, the joke there is that I'm trying to speak like a youth, but youth don't even speak like that anymore. That's like 10 years out of date. I don't even know how the youth speak anymore. I am slowly but surely becoming properly out of touch as I age. I mean, I'm, what, 28? Am I? I'm nearly 29, I think. I'm approaching my 30s. I guess it's appropriate that I become out of touch. Right, what do you sell? Car parts? Don't need car parts. Fluid shit? I don't need any fluid boys. Can I play this? Sort of. What do you sell? That's kind of good. A wind turbine. I think they're meant to be pretty good at power generation, right? Instead of the solar panels. On the solar panels, if you got a big enough battery and more solar panels, you can kind of do everything, I think. Ooh, a locker would be good as well. I don't think I can make one of them. I want one of them in my bedroom. It's only 20 scrap. That's great. This is grenades and heaters. I don't need any of that right now. See if there's any auto turrets. That's what we want. Hello, friend. Some clothes, some boots. Nah, that's nothing. There's a good sale on. 113 for a jackhammer. I should get that. Oh, there's so many things. Click on a vending machine to place an order for delivery? When has this been a thing in Rust? Probably always. Okay, auto turrets. 200 scrap. That's not bad. That's way cheaper than building one myself. And then I could research it on a research table. But I think researching it on a research table takes the item away, right? But it's still cheaper. Because that's 50% off. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get at least 1 or 2. A SEM site, SEM ammo. Right, let's go get some scrap. And then head back. That little laser. Oh, you have a little laser. I'm so blind. I think I've brightened it up a little bit for you. You're seeing it slightly brighter than my monitor. Because I'm kind. Also, the colors are just so rich on my monitor because it's so expensive. I bought a monitor fairly recently, and it might be one of the more expensive parts of the PC. Because I was like, I want a fancy one, because I've never had a fancy one. My second monitor is still kind of shit. Although I think most people are... Has the tipping point happened where most people are now on 1440p? Or 4K? Or is everybody still on 1080p monitors? My main monitor is 1440p, but my secondary monitor is only 1080. And honestly, I can't tell that much of a difference between the two. Like, the new one is a little bit noticeably crisper and nicer, but honestly, I think that's the refresh rate more than the resolution. Like, I don't think I can really tell the difference. Maybe if I get quite close. Maybe I'm just a blind idiot. I would like to get farther enough away that I can actually see, please. That'd be lovely. And I guess if we're looking for scrap, we should probably head down to, like, the abandoned supermarket first. Maybe we should swing round here, up to this abandoned supermarket, then up to the gas station, then up to the dome, and then back, and then sweep back down to the outpost. That can be a big loop we can do. Maybe encounter some boys if we're lucky, or unlucky. So we're heading towards checkmark 4 this way. And it's dawn! Quote 136, I am an incredibly serious person. I feel like in general I kind of am. This stream brings out the, you know, silliness in me a little bit. But in general, I would say in my day-to-day life, I can be a little aloof and joyless. It doesn't really come out on stream, but I've kind of gotten over that a little bit. But I was always described as that when I was a teenager and in my early 20s. Aloof and joyless. I think I said at one point on this stream, but my teacher, my English teacher, when I was about 18, 17? It would have been 17. Once came up to me at the end of a year and said, You're an okay student. I hope next year, or whenever you go on to college, you can come out of your own shadows a bit. I was like, I don't know if that's nice or rude, but thanks anyway. She seemed nice. But it was because I realized that I had not spoken that year in her class. I had not opened my mouth. So she was like, what's this fucking weirdo doing? Is he gonna, like, shoot up the school? So I get it. Ouch. And then your egg cracked. Just in general, I've always been quite quiet and reserved. Unless, you know, I'm with friends or, you know, in some sort of stream or entertainment setting, then I, you know, come out of it a bit. But I've always been, stereotypically at least, quite quiet and reserved and silent and withdrawn. As a former English teacher, she meant well. I assume she was nice enough. She was not an amazing English teacher, but she seemed nice as a person. So, you know, you couldn't dislike her. It was just like you knew as you were in her class that you weren't really learning much, but you were like, she's affable. Who cares? The thing is that I went to a school with a lot of teachers who were like on the verge of retirement, which is not a great environment to be in, I think, because a lot of them had kind of given up is strong, but checked out a tiny bit. It's like, I'm 2 days from retirement. I don't need to care about these fucking kids. Like, how my secondary school worked was, it was new when I went in. Well, the school was built in like 2005, 2006. I went in about 2008, something like that. So it was a newish school. And what had happened was they had closed down like 3 smaller secondary schools in the rough area and just made this mega school. So it was like, 1,100 students. Mega for my town. Right? There's about 1,100 students. And very few new teachers, because what they had done was they had just basically gathered all of the teachers from those old shut down schools and said, we're going to move you all up here. So they hired like 3 new younger teachers, and the rest of them were all like 68 to 78 years old. Like, most of them had taught my parents. So they were pretty fucking old. And so I feel like a lot of them were like, I'm in the twilight years of my career here. I don't need to try very much or very hard. So I remember that English teacher in particular, while being very nice, spent quite a lot of time saying, oh, study whatever you want, and then reading the newspaper. And we were like, I don't know about this one. Now, luckily, I was able to coast. That did not serve me well later on, because I was the stereotype of the sort of, what's the really insufferable millennial term for it? The gifted kid, that kind of thing. Where it's like, basically, you have a natural aptitude for academic studies, and are shit at everything else. And so what they do is they funnel you into academia stuff, so that you never have to learn a work ethic. Real shit, right? So it's like, oh, woodworking and metalworking, that'll challenge you. You don't do that. Instead, you read books and you write essays. You're good at that. You will never be challenged by it. And so you will coast along until you reach college and then burn out pretty badly. So, although I never really burned out that badly, so it broadly went fine. But yeah, in that class in English, it was like, okay, you all, read Macbeth or something, and then I'm gonna read the newspaper or just chat, basically. And for me, that was fine, because I'd already read Macbeth, because I was a fucking nerd. So I was like, okay, honestly, through a lot of my leaving cycle, which is the last 2 or 3 years of the school system in Ireland, I'm gonna nap in this class. But for people who were struggling, I imagine that was real fucking irritating. It was like, could you teach, please? Instead. That would be really cool. Yeah, terrible at everything manual. And still am. Ooh, a chainsaw! I'll take a chainsaw. More than happy with that. And a backpack. I'll absolutely take a backpack as well. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Okay, let's mulch these 2. I can put all my stone and wood and shit in the backpack. Like, really save up some room. Let's do that now. Stack, 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 stack. Oh, look at all this room for activities. So nice. Mulch all this. Being gifted meant someone giving me more work. I mean, it's a weird thing to call a kid. Because basically it meant that, again, what it really actually means is that you're shit with any sort of manual intelligence. For me, at least. Like, I was not very good at things like woodwork or metalwork. But those things led on to carpentry and engineering once they specced into them if you took them earlier on. So I was like, oh, that's like really genuinely useful life skills. And it's like, nah, you know how to read fast. It's like, fuck. That sucks. That's so shit. It's like, basically, when I went in, I was told very snobbily by a few people older than me, maybe even my parents as well, that basically, if you were good at reading and maybe maths and stuff like that, although I was not really good at maths, then you weren't supposed to take any of the physical classes. You weren't supposed to take woodwork, metalwork, technical graphics, or what's the other one? Home economics, because those were for the dummos who were going to end up going to trade school. Now, looking back, I mean, even at the time, I was like, that seems fucking snobby. Even at the time. But now, looking back, that's even more fucked up, because what the fuck can I do now? I don't know how to do anything. I have to Google how to sew shit when it breaks. It's like, oh yeah, that's because you didn't take home ec. I was told not to. Wasn't allowed to take bricklaying. That was not even offered in my school. Would have been fun, I guess. But it's like, and then also, even then, later on in school, like I said, in the Irish system, I don't know how it works now, but in the Irish system, they specialise. Ooh, a shotgun trap. The subjects specialise after junior cycle. It's like the first 3 years of secondary school are junior cycle, and it's more broad. And then they sort of specialise into different paths afterwards, like an RPG. So, for instance, metalworking evolves into engineering and robotics, and technographics goes into computer-aided design or architecture and stuff like that. And you pick some of them. Science turns into, from general science into biology, physics, chemistry. You spec into what you want to take. But you were locked out from any of those. And it was like, oh, those look fun and interesting. It's like, nah, you didn't take metalwork. You didn't learn how to fucking make a plastic shelf or something. You don't get to learn how to make a cool robot and get into tech. Sorry. So it was all sorts of fucked up mixed messages. I'm sure they've revamped it now, because I think they've gotten rid of the junior cycle stuff. But maybe not, I don't know. It's been a long time since I was in school, and I'm very happy about that. I did not have a good time. Like that meme, I'm straight up not having a good time right now. I think I'll have enough scrap to just on this trip, just to get everything I need from that shop. I mean, we're getting so much scrap. Look at this. I don't need arrows. Get rid of those arrows. There's so many crates along this path. We're not even at the dome yet. A prisoner hood. I don't want a prisoner hood, thanks. That sounds too spooky for me. I'll eat all your chocolate bars and stuff. Let's go. Yeah, it was just kind of assumed, even though I do come from like a working class. I mean, my parents kind of got moneyed later, but they grew up very working class. But it was just kind of assumed the path that you should take through school was you go take all the academic stuff that involves essays and writing. You don't take anything manual or physical. And then you go to third level education and you get a bachelor's in something tech related, right? And then everybody who left school at like 16 or didn't go to college was seen as a pathetic failure. And looking back, they all got trades and are like the most employable people in the world. And are doing fine. Meanwhile, 15 recessions later, some people aren't. Can I get a med kit? Thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for, so I don't have to use one of my own, because I am bleeding. You know, there's a lot of snobbery about that sort of thing. Again, not to portray myself as too holy, but like, even at the time I was like, this feels like snobbery. My latent socialism coming across. Let's go in here. Can we do kazoo in the next 20 minutes? I will. Of course. Don't worry. I completely forgot about it. I hope this doesn't come across as pushy. It doesn't. I had forgotten because I'm bad at life. Yay, Ernest. Right, let's turn this on. Honestly, I think I'm relatively safe here. Even if I go into a cave while I'm waiting for that to mulch down. Let's go into this special too hot cave and do it there. It took a lot of willpower. I empathize. I am one of the most allergic to confrontation people you will ever meet. I find it hard to be confrontational through email or text, which is part of my job, so I'm really bad at it. I hate it. Like, I had to email somebody the other day, because part of my job is arranging interviews for radio hosts. And sometimes they just don't get back promptly, so I have to send follow-up emails. And I'm fucking uncomfortable even doing that. And that's barely confrontational. Right, this is it. Oh, fuck off, Madonna. Ugh. Fucking hate Madonna. Christ. And is this new Madonna? Or is it Symphony? Symphony playing Madonna Hung Up? Or is Symphony like a... Madonna Hung Up, performed by Symphony with Nairi Husser. Is this like they do pop songs but in a symphony? Is that the vibe here? Goes by so slowly, time goes by so slowly, time goes by so slowly. I will increase this for you. It's like here. There we go. So slowly, time goes by.
Nice person coming in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, nice.
Hang on. Hang on. I need to go back. Hang on. Oh, it's so loud now. Hang on. Fuck me! It happened! Yes! I got rid of my axe. I can't get his skull. Can I use the pickaxe? I can. Fuck, it's loud in my ears. I turned my volume up to like 90%. It hurts my ears. And I need to pee so badly. Everything's hit at once. I don't want this tuna can, please. I want the human meat. Okay, I don't want the bone fragments either. I want his skull. Run the fuck away. Hang on, we'll do that in a second. I need to run away quickly before he comes back. Where the fuck am I? Head towards yellow. Oh, Christ, there's so much stuff. Run. We got a gun out of that. Was it a good gun? It's a very fucking good gun. Got an incredibly high-powered rifle. Okay. Let's swap over my shit. Oh, the footsteps are so crunchy to me now. It's probably going to do permanent hearing damage to me. Those gunshots were very loud. Okay, find somewhere safe so I can kazoo. Blasting the rusters with a Madonna cover. I mean, it would hurt me as much as a bullet if I were to see Madonna. Madonna's just one of those artists that I fundamentally don't understand. I accept I'm in the minority and that I am clearly missing something. That, you know, maybe with cultural context or different ears, maybe I'd love Madonna, but I don't get how anybody could like her. She's so fucking annoying to me. I've never heard a Madonna song and not gone, ugh. Oh, Christ, the frames game! Jesus Christ! How far away am I? Not that far. If I get to... Where's safe? I guess I could go back to the outpost and that would be safe, right? The frames! Or I could just book it. I could hide somewhere. This is a shop up there. I could be safe. First safe place I see, even if I find a cave, that'll do as well. I'm shocked that worked out. When I turned on my torch and it was lighting up the room instead of the guy, I was like, I'm gonna get shot. But he hesitated it. Come on, run, 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 run. Ooh, I thought that was a bear. I must be dreaming. Oh, and we're even getting frames back. Lovely. It's just this area. I guess it's because it's so built up. Like, what the fuck is that? Is it a nightmare that you want to fight? I mean, fight would be putting it very generously towards me. Like, mainly it was accidentally ambushing a friendly man. Who even when he came in and found that the thing was running said, I'm friendly. Oh, we did get his good gun, so I'm perfectly pleased with it. Right, we're nearly there, I think. I have to go find them and apologize. It's just, I can't imagine not shooting to kill in this game. Like, it's so satisfying. Like, I can't imagine not just immediately taking the shot. It's like a weakness on their part, I feel. Maybe I should play Rust at this volume all the time. It's the same for you. But I'm hearing everything so crisp. Again, I'll probably hear a ringing in my ears later, which would be worrying. Okay, we're very close. Just keep running in this direction. Nope. Little bit of a stutter. If it crashes now, I'll be miserable. Because I need to get some of this shit back. I feel like the full bladder is giving my body a sense of urgency. Do you know what the ringing in your ears is? I have heard that what some people call tinnitus, or tinnitus, or however you pronounce it, is because everybody occasionally gets ringing in your ears. And there's a few different types, right? There's, you fucked something. Or there's just sort of routine ringing. And then there's tinnitus, which is constant ringing. I remember there's a line in Children of Men. Whenever my ears ring, I think of the movie Children of Men. Because there is a line, and I do not know if this is scientifically accurate. It's just something that one of the characters says. Because Clive Owen gets, like, too near an explosion, and his ears are ringing throughout the early parts of the movie. And somebody says, it might be Julianne Moore, says to him, enjoy that ringing in your ears. Afterwards, you won't be able to ever hear that frequency again, or something like that. So it might be that. But I don't know if they did their research, or if it's just a fun line. Right, take these, put them here. It's like whenever I see weed, I think of Children of Men as well. Because I saw it at a formative time, apparently. And I think of that one weird scene where Michael Caine makes Clive Owen do weed and then tells him to cough. And he says it tastes like strawberries. And then he goes, it's called strawberry cough. Literally every time. I guess that movie really made an imprint on me. I have watched it like 18 times. Show a clip, please. Michael Caine on the weed. If you haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. Oh, I'm back, by the way, so I'll do the kazoo in a second. But if you haven't seen that movie, I recommend it. It's very, very, very good. But, Children of Men... Strawberry Cough? Is that what I would type in? I have no idea. But he plays like a weird stoner. Yeah, Jasper's house. There we go. It's Jasper's house. Let me mute Rust for a second.
Honestly, Jasper, sometimes.
You could always come and live with us.
Yeah, but if I did that, I wouldn't have anything to look forward to.
Hang on, I will adjust the volumes and stuff. There we go. Oh, that's loud. He plays like a weird hippie, right? And then where does he make him cough? There we go.
You taste it? Strawberries. This is strawberry cough.
I remembered.
So, Human Project is having this dinner, and all the
It's a good movie. Go watch it. Anyway, let's fucking go back to the Madonna thing and do that. Then play a little bit more Rust. Oh, I hate it. Dog acting so hard.
wisest man having this dinner, and all the wisest men in the world.
He did a little sneeze. He looks like John Lennon, but sounds like Ray Winston. I saw my first Ray Winston movie recently. I've always made jokes about Ray Winston. It turns out he's a fucking great actor. I'd never seen him in anything before, at least to my knowledge. I probably haven't forgotten. But I watched Sexy Beast recently and I was like, you fucking rock. Have you managed to kill anyone in Rust? Yes. One. Yes, Sexy Beast. It's so good. I was like, you're amazing in it too. I've never seen him in anything else since either. You know, Jonathan Glazer was having a moment because, you know, he won some Oscars and I was like, maybe I should watch some other stuff because I didn't really like Zone of Interest, to be honest. But Sexy Beast I've heard good stuff about and it was great. Ben Kingsley as well is also amazing. Oh, Christ, now we're back in... Briefly, I was like, oh, now I'm remembering Sexy Beast, which is great. And now I have to go back to fucking Madonna. Oh, kill me. Thing that you see or do, oh, fuck me. He's really good in it, but he kind of adopted that persona then. Was he like typecasted or just like, this is who I am. I'm a geezer. It's kind of like the original Danny Dyer. I always assumed he was a joke actor like Danny Dyer. But Danny Dyer's good at... No, he isn't. We've all tricked ourselves. Some of us have. That Danny Dyer's good in things now. He isn't. He's Danny Dyer. You can't fucking fool me. I think if I was in the audience for this, I would cringe so hard that I would retreat into my body like it was a turtle shell, and I would die. I don't know this bit at all. interesting that they got people who seemingly can't dance to this. That's enough of that shit. Hey, Madonna. It's more relatable. It's just an interesting choice. It's like, we're going to get people exclusively who dance like a dad at a wedding. That'll really sell the children on this Madonna cover. Now back to the game. And we're not dead. Yippee. I can. Is the sound on? Yes, it is. Good. Let me... Oh, I have 2 of these now, and this one might have fuel in it. It doesn't, but I will fuel it. How do I do this? How do you fuel up a thing? Is it like reloading it? I just had what most people would not even consider minor conflict, and boy, is my adrenaline spiked. Yeek. It's the same as me. I'm just really averse to it. Like, I can't really handle it. I never really learned interpersonal skills because I didn't have friends as a child. This is not like a, oh, woe was me bit. I think it's funny. But when I basically growing up, I did not really speak to anybody for many years. And so I basically am really shit at interpersonal stuff. And conflict is a big one of that. Just makes me very uncomfortable. Unless it's in like a fun, jokey tone, then that's fine. But like even multiplayer games, like I'm surprised I like Rust as much as I do, because even multiplayer games freak me out a little bit, to be honest. Like it's been a long road to get me to do any sort of multiplayer shit. Oh, yes, you can. Is this a Pento reference? Oh, when I went to the cinema last to see a spooky horror film, they played an ad for the Pento season in Cork City, and I was like, yay, that'll be funny. Maybe I'll go see a Pento. I actually turned to Emma and went, should we go to see a Pento? Like, almost as a joke. And Emma was like, absolutely not. I hate that shit. And I was like, really? Because in my opinion, it is basically just soap opera stuff again, but just in a slightly different format. So I don't get what the difference is. Also, they throw sweets at you. Seems fun. Okay, we need all of our scrap, which is a dangerous thing to take out, but we want to go to the shop and do some, you know, stuff. I want to mulch this, and we will sort this in here. I kind of want to mulch this as well. Everything mulched, please. And put all this away. Mulch that too. Alright, that's everything, I think. I also desperately need to pee, so I might do that in a second. You love conflict and blood on the clock tower. You were going ham. It was great. I will say, whenever I have played any sort of, and this is very sad to admit, whenever I have played any sort of social deduction game or game like that, you know, like Among Us or with anyone that I don't know incredibly well, at least, I have psyched myself up for probably minimum about 45 minutes beforehand. Which again is very sad. But it always goes fine. This is the thing, as I get older I am better at it, because I can't really think of many social interactions or games or anything like that haven't gone well in my life. It's just like a totally irrational fear I have, like a phobia. So I have gotten a lot better at it, basically. I am going to go pee, by the way. So, and probably get some ammunition. I don't know why I have this animation on. But I'm going to go pee, and I'll be back in like 45 seconds. You can, I'll put you on the break screen. I don't use this enough. I'm back. You voted me out of Amogus in an instant. I'm back. And I have a guinea pig in my hands. I'm not going to put her on the desk or anything because she was eating and looked kind of sleepy, but I did scoop her anyway. I have a guinea pig. Who kind of needs a haircut. Look how puffy she is. Look how ridiculously puff. Why are you so puff? Weak. Why are you so puff? Okay. Oof. No, why are you squeaking? Are you annoyed? There you go. You can wave. Okay. You alright? Okay, there we go. Back we go. He's now climbing on my shoe. Okay, there, she's off. Fantastic. Need to put back in my earphones and we'll head to the game. Such fluff. I am now, this is the thing with picking her up in particular, I am now slightly covered in white hair. It's almost like before I dyed my hair. I've dyed my hair black and I think it's a bit too black. I dyed it last night, so I'm assuming it'll fade into a slightly less weird colour. Although whenever I dye my hair, and I've talked about this before, I am always slightly worried. If I dye my hair a slightly more normal colour, like black, I just felt like having black hair, that people are going to be like, they're self-conscious about going grey. And I don't want to present like that, because I'm not. But I'm always worried people will go, I'm self-conscious about being perceived as self-conscious, I guess. Which is kind of the same result, but you know. Right, how many bullets can this thing hold total? 15. Okay, give me an extra 2 rounds. Give me 30 more bullets. 43 clips total. I think that's appropriate. And then we will head out and try and kill some men, I guess. Any more men to kill? Or, I mean, the other thing is, go down here, buy some stuff. What I might do... Oh, this is such a terrible idea. What's in my backpack, actually? Just stone and shit. That can stay on for now. I guess we should head straight down to the thing, to the outpost. Buy the stuff. Then maybe try and hit up the dome and then back. I think that would be ideal. Let's go. Maybe I should take the bicycle. I feel like the bicycle got me nearly killed last time, but I like having it. Nice to have a backup. Also, I think I'm approaching the age. Assuming I die young, which is fairly likely, I'm approaching the age where people might assume getting a fancy haircut and dyeing my hair is some sort of midlife crisis thing. Like, I see what's happened here. You're going to buy some sort of shit car soon, aren't you? Like, no. Not like that. At least not yet. I guess in order for it to be a midlife crisis, I would have to live to 58. Okay, maybe not then. Or 57, I guess now. But I'm getting up there. I mean, what's the average life expectancy in Ireland? Like 80? Something like that? 78? I think it's like 80 average, but that's because women live longer. So it's like 78 for boys or something. So let's just say around 80. I'm assuming if you're non-binary, you just bisect that perfectly. So it's, I'm going to say 80. No midlife crisis for millennials. Our whole lives have been a crisis. That's fair. Also, in general, a lot of them are not going to have the money for the standard, like, midlife crisis stuff. Like, I don't think my dad had a midlife crisis particularly. Like, I remember thinking that my dad was doing kind of midlife crisis-y stuff when he got, for a while, for about a year, he got really into Green Day and dyed his hair like a really dark blue, like kind of blue-black. But looking back, he was probably like 32 years old. This would have been like 2004. So yeah, that's not particularly old. Yeah, he probably would have been about 30 or 32 or something. That's not really a midlife crisis. I think he was just earnestly into the lyrical genius of Billy Joe Armstrong, which is worse, I think, than a midlife crisis. I'd rather it was explained away via that. I'd love that for your dad. I didn't, because I had to hear fucking Boulevard of Broken Dreams a lot. Getting branded food from the supermarket, my midlife crisis. See, that's what I mean. It's like, it's no longer like buying a sports car, because fuck me, that's a lot of money. I did my midlife crisis by quitting teaching and starting a whole new career path. Ooh, teaching. You know how people say this to like nurses and teachers a lot, but I could never be a teacher, I think. I think I would instantly become so depressed that I would just cease to be. I wouldn't even do anything drastic. I think I would just, they would find me in a shed, like an emptied out husk, like 6 months in. Like, it seems soul-destroyingly annoying. But some people are really good at it and like it. Those people are strange, but we should treasure them because nobody else is going to do it. It's like people who... I remember when I was in college and I was doing some film production stuff, there were a couple of people in the class who were really earnestly like, I want to be like the producer for this project. I want to be a producer. In general, like as a career path. And we were like, you are possibly damaged in some way. Like something has gone wrong in your brain chemistry and you're fucked. But thank fuck you exist. Please join my team. Because nobody else here is going to do that. Like you are willingly signing up to be like essentially a wrangler for all of the idiots in this film production class and like time-sheeting and organizing stuff. That sounds incredible for us. Thank you. I don't understand you fundamentally, but thank God for you. Sounds like we'll struggle to fill teaching and nursing jobs in the future in UK. Yep. I mean, probably similar in Ireland, right? If you don't know, there is an election coming up in Ireland very, very soon, and there has been a very worrying British-style pivot to the anti-immigration sentiment. And Ireland's health service runs on immigrants because every person who gets qualified to be a nurse or a doctor in Ireland leaves the country because we are famously brutal and shit in the health industry. Like we are, unless you work in a very fancy private hospital, you have no money and no life balance, and it's just a miserable existence. So everybody leaves, and the gap is filled by people from countries with even shitter, bleaker health systems than us, to be honest. Like, we have a lot of, immigrant nurses and doctors in this country, and they keep everybody alive, and they are very valued and lovely, right? They go here because it's like, this is still a step up, and everybody in Ireland is like, oh, you poor fucker. Jesus, this is a step up? I'm like, yeah. So if they leave, we're ruined, right? But there has been a slight pivot to anti-immigration sentiment, because as the country has dissolved like a wet cake in the river, the worst of the politicians have been like, this is the fault of immigrants. And we're like, no, it fucking isn't. Obviously, they're essentially keeping us afloat right now. Have you seen the country? But yeah, I'm worried about what's going to happen, basically. Like, as somebody who was like accompanying... I'm going to get 2 of these. As somebody who was like accompanying Emma to the hospital recently, for eye surgeries and stuff like that, I was looking around and was like, man, if they go full on like British/American anti-immigrant here, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna get fucked to death. Ooh. So that's going to be grim. It's like even the nominally left-wing parties, and this is about to get very Irish-centric for a minute, but even the more left-wing parties like Sinn Féin, if you know anything about Sinn Féin, you'll know why I made that noise. But even they've gone quite anti-immigrant as a pivot, and it's the same thing that happens to every no! It was the bear! Okay, fine, we'll figure that out in a second. Okay, we absolutely fucking need those things back. I just spent quite a lot of scrap on them. Ooh. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they did the thing where, if you don't know, a few years ago, there was an election. One of the parties in the election that did way better than anybody, including them, thought was a party called Sinn Féin. A party that has historically had controversies because they are quite left-wing, usually. Like, they are quite a progressive party, except, and this is the one sticking point for a lot of people, they are rabidly obsessed with giving everybody a balaclava and a gun and taking back the North. That's like their whole thing, aside from being quite progressive and leftist, right? So they're always quite a controversial one. But they did extremely well. People finally got sick of trading off between the two major parties, and they did quite well. Unfortunately, they didn't think they were going to do quite well, and so they didn't really put many people forward for election, and so they were not able to form a government. In the years since that election, they have gone fairly hard on the pivot to the centre, try and get more votes from the right-winger playbook that, like, the American Democrats went through. And as a result, they are losing again. Like, they have completely lost support. Oh, for fuck's sake, don't make me die again! Mark that on your map quickly, because you're about to get eaten by fucking wolves. This is a fucking disaster. Oh my god, I hate my life. Okay, we need a gun, I've decided. Probably shouldn't have run out just naked that time. Please don't start crying, it's too real. But yeah, as a result, it's like, well, anybody who was voting with you because they wanted a change from the centre-right nightmare that we live in is now no longer really supporting you. And the people who were going to vote centre-right anyway already have parties that do that. So what the fuck did you expect? Sorry. But it means that, you know, we're probably just in for another few years of the same freaks that have been in power for a while. Let me get just one round of this. You can... Oh, I keep forgetting you can scare them off with a torch. Okay, that's very useful. Hang on, let's go. But I can also just shoot them now. I've messaged you and rung you, but you're not answering. Look at your WhatsApp. Everything's okay. Just a problem with buses, so I might not be home for a good few hours. No! I will check my messages. Hang on. Bear with me. The backpack will be there for a few minutes. Oh. The last message is, I'm going to have to stand here for an hour. Poor Emma. As a treat, I can, like, order you some food if you want for when you come home. Once I'm finished the stream. After the stream, my plan to edit for a while, and then just hang out with you, really. So, it's up to you. You can scare the wolves with your torch now, and by shouting on the in-game voice chat. That sounds like fake news, but I don't know enough about the game to be confident. Right, we need to go to marker 4. That's where we need to be. No, I've eaten, fair enough. Did they just sigh at me? No, I did not sigh at you. I was like, poor Emma. I'm being nice. I rang and on WhatsApp, no answer. My phone is face down on my desk. And I never have the sound on. I'm very annoying to get in touch with, to be fair. I mean, you are one to speak, because I'm just going to say it now and put you on blast. Emma, I would say 40% of the time actually has her phone on her when she goes outside. Like, a lot of the time, she just won't bother. She'll go, I'll just leave it at home charging. It makes getting in contact with Emma really fucking irritating. Emma fending for themselves. I answer you, though. When you have your phone. But yeah, I'm bad, whereas I usually do have my phone and still will sometimes just not answer because I'm like, I just don't notice. It's weird. I very often do, maybe the vibration is just really bad on my phone, but I very often don't notice that my phone has vibrated and people are calling me. But then occasionally I'll get phantom vibration in my leg, which I think is a fairly common thing now, where I think my phone is vibrating. Like, I can feel something vibrating in my pocket, and then I check my phone and there's nothing there. Or my phone is on my desk, or like not on me at all. Which is a little creepy. Get him, Emma. Cheek. Emma sometimes talks like somebody 20 plus years older than she actually is. Cheek. I permanently have my phone on silent without vibrations unless I'm expecting a call. I mean, it's not as bad here, but in a lot of countries, and I think England might be one of them, robocalls are basically an epidemic, so phones have become at least partially useless, right? Like here, it's mostly fine. Like, I very, very rarely, I would say, get any sort of robocall. Don't mess with me, I'm in a bad mood. I don't want no phone dinging at me. I mean, it does send... I mean, I usually don't have my phone on silent. It's usually on vibrate. But I will say... Jesus. The car just blasted past my window. I don't know if that got picked up. But I will say, whenever I hear my phone vibrate, there is just a millisecond of like a stab of anxiety in my heart. Like, oh fuck, somebody's getting in touch with me. This better be somebody I know. And even then, I'm annoyed. Like, don't call me. Although, again, it would be helpful if I actually answered my messages. So that wouldn't need to happen. But I do not like this new youth thing of sending people voice messages all the time. Apparently that's a thing. Okay, where is... Am I going to be shot, by the way? Where the fuck is my body? It's so dark, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Hang on. I put it roughly in this direction. Fuck me, I forgot to take a torch. I didn't realize it would get dark so quickly. I'm so angry! There's no way to, like, brighten this. In-game, the gamma doesn't do anything. Voice messages give me the fear? Yes. I get those a lot now. They fuck me over, because then I don't answer important calls like a therapist or a doctor. Yep. I see unknown number. I am very unlikely to ever answer that. Is this a body? No, it's a rock. It looked a little bit like that meme, you know, that outline of Saddam Hussein. Occasionally I'll get voice messages from well-meaning people who I like, who are like, oh, just leaving you a quick voice message on WhatsApp, you know, do you want to do this? And I'm like, oh, why would you ever send me this? Why wouldn't you type this out like a normal person? And then I don't say that and I answer them back. But in text, I don't know if I've ever sent a voice message in my life. And I would never consider calling as a first thing. They let pre-booked online tickets on the bus first. I tried, but the 1540 and 1640 are already sold out for pre-booked, so I might have to get the 1740. Fucking hell. That's a while away. Oh my god. That's 2 hours from now. Christ, that's bad. Hopefully I'll get on the 1640. Hopefully. I might need to wait until it gets brighter, by the way. Might as well walk through fields and sides and roads again. The thing is that Emma is in Cork City right now, which is an hour and a bit away by car. Or it's about 45 minutes by car. By bus, it's about an hour. By walking, that would take you probably a couple of days, right? if you stopped to nap. It'd take you a while. Where the fuck is my body? Oh, Christ. I mean, it should be right here. But I don't think it is. I'm going to have to wait the few minutes. And the thing is that I don't know how long this stuff sticks around. Would it be worth going all the way back and getting a torch? It might be, because I'm just going to have to wait around anyway. I'm at the front of the queue. I'll stay here and not move for an hour. This is what I was talking about earlier with how shit Irish buses are. Ireland's public transport sucks. It does. There is a very major route that Emma has to take. I'm not going to reveal the number or anything, but there's a very, very major route that Emma has to take to get home from Cork City. And they put, I would say, generously, about 40% of the buses that you need on that route. So it is always, always, always full. Like, there should be easily double the amount of buses, and probably they should be double-decker on that route. But instead, they don't. And they just make it worse and worse and worse and worse and slash things more and more and more until nobody can get anywhere. And then probably what they'll do is privatize it and make everyone's life hell. Because that's like the standard playbook for annoying politicians who want to sell public infrastructure, right? Is you make the free version worse and worse and worse. Like what they're doing with the NHS, right? You make the free version worse and worse and worse until people go, fucking hell, we may as well go private. And then they sell off the NHS or the bus service and go, see, isn't this better? And it is for about 6 months. And then it gets a lot worse. You get Britain's train system if you go down that route, which is infamously horrible. Where everything costs like £400. Oh, life's gonna get more annoying before it gets better, isn't it? This bus isn't even a double-decker. Like, I know our trains are better than ours and better than Germany's. Yeah, but they're so fucking expensive that what's the point? Unless you book like 6 months in advance. Or maybe Scottish trains are fine. I actually don't know what Scottish trains are like. Maybe Scottish trains are lovely. Not with a rail card. Oh, for fuck's sake! Did he run away? I fucking hate this game sometimes. I'm now out of ammo. I don't have a fucking torch. My body's probably going to despawn with those very expensive turrets on it. Definitely didn't even kill that bear. I was just spraying in the darkness. Running into trees. I don't even know where my house is. Is that my house? The lights should be on. Is that my balcony up there? It is my balcony, thank you. At least I have some sort of beacon to walk towards. Oh, I will say, when I went to Belfast, and that's obviously in the UK, controversially or not, their buses were pretty good. We didn't really take many of them because it's a very walkable city, but when I was in Belfast, I was very impressed. I was like, this is nice. Are my lights flickering? No, it's just the rendering. Cool. Let's get, for the love of God, some more health, some ammunition, and a torch. Because I desperately want a torch. Oh, this fucking game. Okay, is this Rust? It is Rust. You know what? Even a torch hat would be fine. Give me this little stupid candle hat. There we go. That'll do. That isn't enough. It's a stupid little candle hat. Don't take the candle hat. The candle hat is a joke item. Don't take the candle hat. Actually make something useful. Use your thing here and make a flashlight. Thank you. Put it on your gun. Oh, that's better. Alright, take your stupid hat off. And just put this back and then run. That should be enough. Go. Torch. God. Don't have ammo. God, hurry up in case things despawn. I am terrified that they're going to despawn and I'm going to be fucked. Okay, go, 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 go. It's probably going to be dawn by the time I get there. In class, we were discussing an Irish event from 2014, and the teacher says, "Who remembers it?" I said I did. He said, "You must have been very young." I said I was 22. And he said, "Oh, I shouldn't assume how old or young people are." Ah! I would say you do look younger than your age. Emma just turned 32, if you want reference. And you can see Emma on previous streams sometimes. I would say she does not quite look her age. I think I look older than Emma, even though I am a few years younger, like 4 years younger. I think I have aged very badly, whereas Emma has aged very well. Take some stuff and just keep going. Don't even bother stopping for a lot of things. Unless it's a cool, shiny crate, you don't need it. Cool, shiny crate, though. Toolbox could have something in it. It's got a big cleaver, sure. Although I don't know, maybe now that I've dyed my hair terribly, then maybe I will start being carded again. It's not going to happen. Flatterer. I don't think I spelled that right. I think you did. Emma's also mildly dyslexic. Just for, again, information. Although I'm not really the best person to ask about spellings. I am also kind of shit. Also, I've been typing... I've gotten worse at typing as I've gotten older. And I don't know if that's an age thing or just like a... I don't know, maybe I just didn't type for a while and got out of practice. But I make so many mistakes typing. It's constant spelling and grammar mistakes. And... like, if I just write out a paragraph, everything will be marked red, and I have to go in and right-click everything, or just fix all mistakes or whatever. I think I'm getting dumber, basically. That's probably the actual answer. Yeah, please don't despawn, because I don't have the scrap to support this lifestyle. Stop telling everyone about me. But I love you and want to share that. Basically, when I'm reminded that you exist, like by you popping up in chat or something, I'm always like, let's show off the Emma. Like, Emma's here, look. Like when I hold up a guinea pig to the camera. I'm like, look, isn't this cool? Look how cool this is. Well, your little feet kick. So I'm gonna get hit when she comes home. Where am I? Where's my fucking body? It's around here somewhere. Up this hill. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood. Do I see a body here, or at least a backpack? It'll probably just be a backpack. Like, the body has probably been eaten by bears or wolves or some shit. It was just out of range, and I was climbing up this hill. So it must be around here somewhere. And it is dawn, by the way. So I didn't, need the light. Is it right there? I think it's right here. Yay! Okay. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, Emma Pig. Now, I was told H might be better. Oh, look at that! I can just plaster things on me by pressing H. I don't have to, like, automatically click things. Let's put on all my clothes. And then take this. Wonderful. Okay, I'm so happy that we're back. Now, I do need to find my gun. My gun is still lost. My gun anywhere? Because that's a very fancy gun. It's a very fancy gun and it's here! Yes! And my backpack. Can I put on this backpack? Or is it fucked? Hold use to pick up. Can I put this on? Large backpack. Yes, I can! Never mind! God, I'm good at games. I don't know if anyone's ever been better at games than I am. Okay, now we have some stuff back. That's good. Don't lose it. H and Alt will auto-equip. Oh, that's so useful. So the incel haircut. Amazing. Emma did say, and this is a quote, it looks like something a Nazi might have. Like Rudolf Haas. Or Hess, I can never remember how to pronounce it. Niordi short hair Draza. Just got home, I'm a bit tipsy. It's probably embarrassing that I'm still learning basic functions of this game, like the inventory system. Let's go to the mining outpost, we'll mulch stuff up and then head to the dome, right? But we have auto turrets now, so I can... First one, Haas. Is it? Hess as well, Hess. Yeah, but it's like an O umlaut, and it's sometimes spelled like H-O-E-S. I don't actually know how to pronounce his name, even though we watched a movie about him fairly recently. Is it like Goebbels, where you have to kind of lay some sauce on the pronunciation? Like, it's not Goebbels, it's Goebbels. Is it Hess? Something like that. You know, one of those silly German pronunciations. Sorry, Germany. Although I am broadly making fun of a Nazi, so it's probably fine. I wish you could control a herd of wolves in this game. We have been attacked and killed by wolves only once this session. I mean, I can Google this. I'm probably fine if I stand in this bush, right? Hang on. Rudolph. Yes. Pronunciation. Even in that, I made 2 separate spelling mistakes, including one. I just hit the semicolon key halfway through that sentence. How to pronounce Rudolph is on howtopronounce.com. Rated 1 out of 5 difficulty. How do I play this? Where's the play button? There.
Rudolf Hoes.
That is not correct, you robot fucker.
Rudolf Hoes.
Rudolf Hoes. That is not true. Howtopronounce.com. Is there another page? Yes.
Rudolf Hoes.
That is also a robot.
Rudolf Husch.
Rudolf Huis. Rudolf Huis. Rudolf Huis.
That sounds like a human.
Rudolf Husch.
Rudolf Husch.
Rudolf Husch.
You sound American. How to pronounce in German. 51 seconds. There's a video.
Rudolf Höss.
Rudolf Huss.
Rudolf Höss.
Rudolf Huss. Okay, I'll take it on that one. Good stuff. Right, back to the game. Rudolf Huss. Huss. I'll internalize that. I won't. I'll forget for the next time. Not that it comes up often. I would say he's the second most famous Rudolph, but that's, you know, there's not many. I would say he falls fairly far behind the most famous Rudolph. Even though he predates that one. I think that... No, yeah, he definitely does. Because I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is from the 40s? 1930s? Something like that? So he's the original Rudolph, sort of. The trans punk band that played last sang about some Rule 34 of Shrek and Donkey. It was all worth it in the end. Oh, Christ. I feel like I'd be ill. Right. Mulch some stuff down, please. I don't need much of this stuff, so I would like to mulch. Mulch, 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 mulch. I can't believe getting wholesome pronunciation guy to say Nazi names now. Stream has fallen. It was a different guy. You know, because it just said it straight away instead of waiting 35 seconds to go, and this word is the name of the commandant of Auschwitz. The way you pronounce this name is... And then a 10-second silence. I'll be sending it on later. Turn on. Perfect. Put the wood in the bag. I'll keep my little booties. Booties seem useful. And we'll mulch this, and then I think that's everything. I think I need to make guns in order to have these work, right? You must equip it with a projectile weapon and the ammunition. Okay, fine. I mean, I have a couple of these spare semi-autos, so we can maybe do that. I think the thing you're supposed to put in it is some sort of revolver. I remember looking that up at one point ages ago. I was like, this is the best. In terms of range and ammo efficiency, the Python revolver or something like that is the best thing to put in the auto turrets. Go. Regardless, your hair does look a bit nappy-ish. I think it's fine. I don't know, I'm not hugely into it. I mean, I'm more into it than the long hair, to be honest. I don't think, fundamentally, I look very good with longer hair. And I know it's because I am simply too lazy to style it or take care of it properly. But it always looks, unless I, basically, even if I do style it, I'm so shit at it that it only really holds together for like half an hour at most. And then I kind of just look like I've just crawled out of some sort of rat lair. I just don't look very good. But I also, I don't know if that's just what I think of myself and that I'm not seeing it properly, because I think long hair looks better on almost everyone. Actually, no, that's not true. Like, I think Emma looks nice with short hair. Nicer, I would even say. I don't know, it's probably different for person to person, but I don't think I suit long hair very well. So I was wanting to do it for a while. Although I wasn't really anticipating that people I just randomly interact with during the day would treat me like I've gone through some sort of traumatic car accident. Because, like, I went into the radio station for a little bit this morning, where I work, and every person who saw me reacted a bit like I had just appeared in, like, a cast, you know, or like a sling, and they were like, oh my god, it's all gone. And like, I didn't think it was that long. I didn't think it was that impressive or anything. But like, the barber looked genuinely worried and kept asking me if I was sure. And they were like, oh my god, you look completely different. And I was like, no, I don't. Like, oh my god, are you feeling all right? And I was like, what are you talking about? Is this something stereotypical that I haven't twigged onto? It basically, if you cut your hair when it was long, does everybody treat it like that one scene in that Royal Tenenbaums movie where he shaves his head just before trying to kill himself? It's just bizarre. People always do that when I cut my hair short after not having a haircut for ages. Yep, there we go. Like, it's weird. Basically, I didn't really care either way, to be honest. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I basically didn't think about it, and still don't. But everybody was like, such an important, impactful decision. I was like, you all care a lot more about hair than I do, I think. I basically don't give a fuck about hair. As long as I have it, I think I look... Basically, even when my hair is looking at its worst, I think I look worse without it. But as long as I have it, I don't really care about it. Alright, we're basically full on all this as well. Ugh, hair is just hair. I mean, I like it when you have short hair. I think short hair looks really good on you. Although you look good in anything. You can have whatever hair and be dressed in a burlap sack and you're still beautiful. Oh, that bald Dreya emote is so cursed. I mean, I have looked like that semi-recently. I mean, I don't know when the last time I got my haircut was. I mean, it was when I shaved my head, probably, but I don't know when that last was. Probably about 2 years. But I think the guy asked me that in the barbershop. He was like, how long has it been since you cut your hair? And I went, I don't know, maybe like 2 years? And he went, really? I would have guessed like 3 or 4. And I was like, it's not that big a deal. Can you stop? It's weird now. Stop making it weird. Alright, I'm gonna get 30 bullets to keep on me. And then I guess we'll maybe try and set up these turrets. How much power do they need? 10 power. Oh, Christ. Okay. I want to put them on the roof somewhere, which means I'll probably have to make a path up to the roof because I'm going to be up and down a bit. Or maybe I could just put them on the balcony. Like, are they able to... Hang on, or... Are they able to actually see out of this balcony? Like, this would protect me if I'm running towards my house. I don't know if that's going to see very well. Ugh. I went to the dentist for a cleaning. She was like, how long ago did you have your teeth cleaned last? And it was only a year ago. But the way she said it, I was like, oh, it's been a while. I mean, I revealed this relatively a while ago. I have not been to the dentist since I was 14? So it's been about 14 years. It just... I'm very lazy. And nothing's gone wrong. I really should. But nothing's gone wrong. You know, to my knowledge, I've never had a cavity or any sort of thing that would require pulling or anything like that. So I've just never bothered to set up an appointment. I've never, like, you know, now that I live on my own, it would be up to me, obviously. So I've just never bothered. Where do I want these? Maybe I could build like a little tower, like beside my house. And that has like turrets in it. I mean, the roof would be an okay place for it. I'd want maybe like... I recently learned that a turret will shoot through a wall with a twig wall with wallpaper on it. That's kind of fun. I think the only other time I've set up turrets has been like within like a grid wall or like a metal wall. Like a, what's it called? A grate or whatever. I don't know if I can build that. Grate. Or like a prison gate? Is that what it's called? Prison? There it is. Prison cell wall. That's level 2. And it's 150 metal. We have lots of metal. So maybe I'll set that up. And I probably have to research it is the problem. How much for a prison wall? 166. Do I have that at all? 224! I do! Okay, we can just build that. Amazing. And we'll build this on the roof. See how it goes, I suppose. Build prison cell gate. Build prison cell wall. Amazing. And then let's... Oh, can I build a hatch at all yet? I don't know if I researched it. No. A hatch is another... Oh, that's so irritating. A triangle ladder hatch. I could use that. Because I don't have enough for this. Let's try... Oh, I don't have enough for that either. That's really annoying. That's 138. Okay, whatever. Fine, we'll deal with it. We'll build scaffolding. Again. Alright, let's get these and these. I'll need a wiring tool. And I'm going to need, like, quite a lot of... this to make the walls. Let's do that. Let's make these prison walls. Make these prison walls. Sorry, that's unbelievably annoying. Right, good. I've made prison walls. I should probably make a gate as well in order to get into the prison wall, right? Let's make a prison cell gate. There we go. Now, let's get upstairs. I'm going to need some wood and the wiring tool. Just some tools in general, like the workbench stuff. This might be very annoying. I don't know. It might be easy and fine. Let's see. I think that's everything we'll need. Let's go. We'll climb up the outside of my house. From here, I guess? Yeah, that's nice and clear. We'll make a foundation right there. Can I hop up on this? I can. And then just stairs up. Spiral stairs. I don't know what the difference between these two is. Can I not? Apparently I can't build that one. There we go. Line of sight blocked. No, it isn't. Nah, it isn't. There we go. Keep going up. However high we need to. Oh, please just let me up. Come on, I need at least one more. Can I just... Hey, we're up. Okay, I want these here somewhere. Right, like this. I think... probably here? Is that gonna be... It might need to be like here, actually. Like, if I put the other one down just to see. Like right here in the middle, like that? Like that? That seems like it has a good view around. That'll get somebody, right? I'm playing peekaboo with a baby in a pram. All I'm doing is gasping when he moves his hands and he's laughing away. See, this is the difference between me and Emma, is that Emma is genuinely very wholesome because she does things like that. I would find that really irritating. I find, and this isn't a joke, I promise this isn't a joke what I'm about to say, I find children's laughter quite irritating. Not always, but a lot of the time I do. It is getting annoying now, TBH. I think I need wall frames here as well, by the way. And then you put the thing in it. Like that? The 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. And then maybe a gate here. I think that sounds good. I would like to improve these to stone or metal first. So I'm going to go get some metal. Just because I want this reinforced as hell. Like, I do not want the people to get in and take my stuff, basically. Like, babies at laughing. I know it's meant to be one of those, like, pure things. I find it a little bit irritating. I find babies just quite annoying. Like, they're not the most annoying people on a bus, but they're up there. I've accepted that I'm a little bit crotchety, I guess. Maybe a trendy new haircut and, I don't know, maybe I could pick up some sweet slang. Maybe that would, like, endear me and get rid of that atmosphere. Although, I don't know, I don't think, like, cool teens stereotypically like babies either. Okay, fantastic. It won't, you will remain goblin. Right, here. Because I think it can shoot through these. At least I was informed of that at some point. And then here. And here. Now, I am realizing that I don't have ceilings, but that's fine. For now, that's okay. Yippee! Right, let's make a lock. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Now, we need to wire these up. No. Ooh, I guess you would want these to be on a separate circuit, right? Because the way I have my thing set up, my lights, is they only turn on when it's dark, which is not how I want the turrets to be. I want them to be always on. Like a cloud server. So I guess we would maybe need to have an entirely new circuit that is just operated by a switch, like a really simple one. Can I make a new battery, like a medium battery, or even a... They only require 10 each. I have a small battery. Is that enough? I could just put it up there. And then attach it to, like, a solar panel or something. Just, like, a constant solar panel, or two. How much does a battery supply? Supplies 15. That's not quite enough. Oh, thank God he stopped. Now he's looking at his shoes. Oh, this will annoy you. I am currently wearing boots at my desk. So we'd need more than one of those, or one each, which is not great. So we'd need to make a medium battery. How do I make a medium battery? Sorry, it's more electrical stuff again. Battery. I do have that available. Tech, trash, and high-quality metal? Oh, that's easy! That's nothing! 5 high-quality metal. And a single tech trash is easy. No shoes on inside. Right, fantastic. We will also need probably some... What's it called? Solar panels. How much are they? Oh, it's exactly the same. Alright, get me another 2 of them, I suppose. We'll just have this on an entirely separate circuit. This is not efficient, by the way, but, you know, it's what I'm doing. Like, there is probably a way... I'm sure I've done it before, even. That you can have it all on the same circuit, just one on a switch and one not. Like, I could separate out these signals, I'm sure. But for now, maybe I'll figure that out later. But for now, just this is fine. We want a root combiner as well. We'll need that. And I think that's it, really. I don't think we need anything else. Let's go. Make this shit. Now, where do I want this battery? Maybe in my... Maybe right here? You know, this can be the turret battery. Switch it around to the side. There we go. And then we need to hook these up. The root combiner will go here. Like against the wall, probably. And then that should be fine. Let's go set this shit up. It's getting very dark as well, is the annoying thing. I can... The lights are going to kick on in a second, and it's going to be very annoying to build this. So I want to get these down. I could just put lights up here, I suppose. At some point I will. I'll turn this into a 3rd story. Right, so let's put solar panels here. Right in the middle. Where are these ones? A bit in. Like right here? This? Hang on. Just let me see. About here? And another one here. There we go, solar panels. That'll work, I'm sure. Then we need to hook these both up to the root combiner into the battery, and then the battery can go to a switch. Oh, Jesus, I actually don't know. And then this can go in there, I'm sure. I'm sure this will work. I'm assuming that's how it works. Although I did actually hear my phone go off, so I'm assuming Emma's messaging me. Yep. Just complaining about buses. Right, close that. We don't want to get raided while this happens, ideally. Okay, that goes into the root combiner. Just make it a straight up thing. Hang on. Where's this coming down from? I should have actually looked at that first. Let's say it goes here, and then over here, and then over here, and then down, and then over, and then up. There we go. Wiring. Then the next one. No offense, but Rust is dull. I like Rust. I respect that it probably isn't the most engaging viewer experience, but I find it very fun. I find Rust, weirdly, quite relaxing. Even though it's a game that theoretically has a lot of misery and death involved. I mean, we did murder a guy earlier for no reason at all. But I find it quite relaxing. Like this, I find quite relaxing. Right, let's move this over here. Put it just right behind the thing. Like, just arranging these wires I find quite nice. Put that over there, and then we can have it come through in the same area. Like, you know, I know that when I have all these wires finished, I will probably, if I've done everything right, have a switch that I can pull that causes everybody to die, which is fun. Right in the same area, like right here, and then over here, and then right down there, and then over here, and then up. There we go. Now, root combiner. That's 34 power getting put out by that. We go here, and then down to the power in. That is now receiving power. Should be, at least. If it ticks up, it is ticking up. Okay. We have power in this battery. 2 solar panels wired up with this mess into this battery. It's charging up. Then we should be able to make a switch. Put the switch on the wall. When I pull the switch, it activates the battery, which will then power boys. Yes? Boys, that makes sense. Do I have a switch? I even have a switch! Oh, it's coming up Millhouse. So I'm going to put it right here for now. Just right here. This is the kill switch. Like, this is when you want things to die around your base. We'll put the power out, I think. Needs to go here. And then over here. And just, like, you know. There, like that. Now, this switch should power these things. Now, is there a pass-through, or do I need to make, like, a splitter? I'm so sorry, everybody. Is there a pass-through I can engage? Or is there some sort of splitter I can do? Like, can I power both of these from the single switch? Because that would obviously be ideal. There is a power in, has target low ammo. That's for, like, programming stuff. There is no pass-through, so I'm going to need to split the thing. Right, or branch it or something. I assume it's a splitter. You'll get yourself killed. Right, so let's try and build a splitter. I mean, we can read the description. Splitter. Splits an electrical signal into 3 multiple signals. The amount passed through is equal to the input. Okay, good. So, just make one of them. Easy. Need workbench level 1, which is right here. Craft. So we put that there, and then wire it up to the 2 boys. I'm going to get the guns ready and everything, because we're going to be able to do this, I think. Shockingly. Again, the guns might not be the most efficient, but this is fine. We'll get a splitter then, here. Oh, Christ, this is a fucking nightmare. Look at this shit. Right, everything is slightly more annoying. Okay, we want power out to go over here. That's power in. Yeah, that's perfect. Over here and into the power in. Then we want to take 2 of these lines out. So let's go power 3 up into the corner, up onto the ceiling, over here. Where's the thing coming out? Over here. Like that. And then over here. And then that'll go up. So let's wire up that one. And that should... I think the power's on right now. Maybe. I don't know if the switch is on or not. But that should have this first turret receiving power. I can just put that here. Then over here. Then over here. Then right here. And then here. Okay. Power in from splitter, 0. So the switch might be off. Or I've done it wrong. Either way. It's not receiving power. It's watching a toddler try and figure out Lego that's too advanced. Right. Let's do the same thing with the other one. Is this switch on? It is not on. So right now, it's on. That is receiving auto turret receiving 50 power. Okay. Right. Let's do the same thing with power 2. Turn it off for now, or else, I don't know, maybe we will actually electrocute ourselves to death. We wouldn't want that. We put that there. That there. And head up again, last time. And I think now is the point where we should be putting in the bullets and guns. Because I think they have to be off. So that comes up through here in the wall. And it goes over here. Follow the creases of the concrete. Over here. Then here. Then here. Okay. That should be fine. Then, put a gun in the fucker. And Let's say, oh Christ, I don't know, 20 rounds each? Put 20 rounds in the thing? That sounded good. It went ka-chink, beep. Right, put that in there. Take the flashlight off, we don't need that. Perfect. Then we close this up. We still need a ceiling, but for now it might be okay. And then go down and just see if turning on this switch starts up my turrets. If it does, we have successfully created auto turrets that will kill things that get close to the base. Right. Let me just follow this. Wire going along here. The medium battery is outputting 50 power into that. It's getting charged through that. Goes out through the splitter. Turn on. That's receiving 50 power. That's each outputting 25 and 25. They only need 10. So let's see. Are those on? Also, they might shoot me. I'm not 100% sure. That's why we have the switch, I guess. I hear buzzing. They're on! Yippee! They're on! Yes! Turn! Yes! Look at that, you fuckers! Now, do you shoot me? No! Okay, fantastic. Oh, they look quite cool. I like that. I like the little CCTV laser camera thing. Okay, amazing. Now, obviously there's no ceiling on this, but can we do that? Can we put a ceiling on? I guess we could just put a stone ceiling on, right? Because they're not going to be shooting up. The reason we have the bars is so that they can shoot out of them. But we could just put on it just a standard stone or metal ceiling, and that would be fine. So that might be worth doing. Like, can I make like a grill ceiling, like a prison ceiling? Like bars, prison cell gate. I don't see one. I'll just do metal. That's fine. And then we're, I think, done. I should probably make some more bullets because, yeah, 20 doesn't seem a lot. I mean, it is single shot, so there is a grate thing. Hang on, grate. It might be under construction. I mean, I haven't researched it yet, is the annoying thing. Metal. Maybe metal. If I type in the word metal. What if I type in the word floor? Floor triangle grill. Floor grill. And it's workbench 1 required. Does it need to be researched? Gonna put turrets to the other side? Probably, but I couldn't afford them. It requires another 175 fucking stuff. We're gonna do a metal floor for now. Right. Let's go up. Oh dear. Like, I've spent most of my scrap on these nightmares. So, we'll see what happens. And we'll obviously get rid of the scaffolding in a bit. I want to get a proper hatch, but I need more scrap to build a hatch. So that I can actually get up here. Okay, let's do floor. Floor. And just go straight to metal here. Sheet metal floors to enclose this area. And there's a lock on there. Oh! Perfect. Now anything that comes from this angle is gonna get fucking lit up by boys. Let's give them an extra 5 bullets each for now. That should actually be enough, and then I can make some more bullets later. Need to test it. Oh, I need to turn them off first anyway. 20 is fine for now, each. Good stuff. You need to test subjects. And I even have the switch that can, you know, turn it off and on. Ooh, don't hurt me. Okay, T/remove, because I think we're done up there. Yes! Now try and get to those fuckers. I mean, the house looks... That does not look structurally sound. I forgot I was building it on the balcony. That looks like it's gonna crumble apart at any second. But Also, it looks really stupid. Like, it looks absolutely shit. But it should be okay. While I'm here, I may as well upgrade some of my base a little bit, like the foundations to metal. I should do like a little disgusting orange stripe around the outside of the base. How much metal do I have? Not much now. Because that'll make it less reliant on stone. I have, right now, too much of a reliance on stone. I want a balance. Give me some of this. I mean, this looks... I don't know if this looks satisfying or horrible to walk around in barefoot, but I am wearing boots now, indoors like Emma hates. Perfect. Ooh, it all looks so pretty. Let's make some sheet stairs as well, and this can be metal too. Let's give it a little metal skirt all around the edges. Is that the last one? It is! Yippee! I'll have a celebratory sip of water. Like a Mormon. I'm quite pleased with how my base is coming along, actually. That's quite nice. I mean, it looks stupid as hell, but I'm into it. I've got my still my nice balcony, and the balcony has seats. I can sit on the balcony, protected relatively by my low wall, while these things just go buck wild on any boys. If I'm chased by boys, obviously. Might not be. Also, I've got my bicycle. Yippee! And that's probably where I'll call it for today, because it's like 3.5 hours in. I am enjoying Rust. I don't know how much Rust I'll play next week. The server isn't actually up for that long. But, you know, I'm enjoying it. It's a fun time. I don't know how watchable it is, but I enjoy playing Rust and just chilling out with Rust. It's kind of a bit mindless, and I mean that in a positive way. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 2 recently, and I get the same sort of feeling, where it's kind of just a checklist of random tasks, but it's satisfying regardless. I mean, look, there's lights! There's functional lights! This is what people feel, I think, when they play The Sims. Like, oh my god, I've managed to fucking make something that works, and there's like lights working, and there's electricity flowing through places, and... Or maybe a dollhouse is maybe a better example. Like, it's like making a custom dollhouse for me. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm going to disconnect. I will be live again on... Actually, I don't know if I'm going to be live on Monday. I'll have to check. I'll be live next week, most of the week. At least either Monday or Tuesday. Either Monday or Tuesday. Probably not both, but then the rest of the week I should be live. Emma will be back on stream next week. She hasn't been on stream for maybe 3 weeks because she's been very busy with school. But we are probably going to check out that Piglet Winnie the Pooh game that people say is very reminiscent of Silent Hill 2. I know that sounds insane, but it's become a big thing. So we'll probably play that a bit together. And I'll play some more Rust. And I will play Cursed End Screen. I completely forgot I was looking up how to pronounce this. We'll load up this one. This is slightly less cursed. Slightly. What was I saying? Oh yeah, YouTube still going on. So if you go to !YouTube, I will have a video out tomorrow, I believe, which is a game called WizBiz, which I honestly shouldn't have played. It did not go well, and it was a text-based adventure game. I shouldn't have played it, especially for YouTube, but it's going up anyway. Who's live on Twitch that I can raid? Bear with me while I check. I am going to /raid this person. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will be live again soon. I'll be on my Discord. I'll be around if anybody wants to talk. Thank you. Thank you for joining. And goodbye.